Well, hello and welcome back to another unboxing where we're going to look at the MPC Authentic Luke Skywalker X-Wing Fighter, which should be interesting. I think it's like a 148 or 53 scale, I'm not sure. These are old ones. I got this one off of eBay. I got a Snowspeeder Interceptor, but the TIE Advance, the Snowspeeder, and Luke Skywalker, they're from the original MPC releases, so they should be pretty fun. But we're going to take a look at the X-Wing Fighter, so let's go over to the bench and take a look. Okay, welcome back, and here she is. This is the old MPC Authentic Luke Skywalker X-Wing Fighter. An easy to assemble scale model kit, a foot in length, wingspan 10 inches. So this was an oldie buddy goodie. Trying to see when she was released. If it has any dates on it at all. 1978. General Mills. Very interesting. So that's probably tells you who owned MPC back in the day. But so this should have been like one of the very earliest releases. You can tell by the old artwork, like that's like what some of the stuff I had as a kid, like we had the sheets and the whole bedroom outfit. But it's kind of neat to find an original box, but as you can see, the box has some crunches. But I'm not a box collector, so it's not a big deal to me. It's nice to have it, but if I can get something in a brown box that has all the parts for cheaper, I'll do it. So, yeah, 1977 20th Century Fox Films. Yeah. But let's open her. Boxes of the stand, and then we got our windows, but I'm not going to put the windows in to make it more look like the studio scale models. They never put the clear glasses in because, as you can see, it reflects light. But yeah, it's nice to look at these old things and look at their interesting stands like that. You put in there, and then then you put that there, and that's what the ship's supposed to... I don't know if that's supposed to simulate where he comes down and drops the torpedo, and that's supposed to be an explosion or something. I don't know. I'm not going to do a lot with this kit. I'm even wondering if I'm even ever going to like this kit. I might just do as simple as just build... So I could, use this stand just for authenticity. Can't speak. At the very least, I think I'll use the base and if I do run lights, the little bit of lights you can run on this. I mean, you could probably light the 4 engines, and I'm going to say the laser guns are too small and too long, unless you actually replace them with styrene tubes within each other. But I'm not feeling that ambitious, not for a kit like this. It'd be one thing if it was a big... And I already have my D'Agostine X-Wing, which is amazing. I still got to finish that too. I got some weathering to do. It's together. Just got to chip it up and weather it a little more. But yeah, that's interesting. So I could always use this stand base, drill a hole through here just for wires, and I would just run one of those one of these guys out of it with the power, just run something like that, and I would paint it so it's not clear, and just run something like that out of it, and then run a small post up to it. That's what I think I'm going to do. I'm not going to go crazy if I even light it at all. If I don't light it at all, we might just try to build it with the stand just for the hell of it. I do like the little name tag thing, so I could always still put that there. But I think I could just run that out. Because these I plan on having shelves that they're permanently in, and I hit one switch and they all come on. So I don't need switches on the base. You know, a lot of these I don't really need. But the bigger ships I like to have switches on the base, though. But anyway, that's the clear parts, which is pretty much mostly your stand. But yeah, I definitely don't think I'll be using this because the ship hooks up here. Just because, you know, I don't know, unless I paint it. If I'm painting it, it would look kind of cool clear. That part, and then this part something else. But if I do it, I'd have to try to hide wires up in these seams, and it's not hard to do when you paint them and you have them towards the back. You know, I guess I could paint that like a black going into like a red yellow explosion, and then have the wires hidden behind it in a black. Or do that as an explosion too. Make that one more piece. I think it sits like... Yeah, I think it sits with these pieces up forward. I guess I could do that and make these look like explosions. Keep those clear, like they're sparks. And do this a red and orange and yellow as well. Maybe I'll try that. And then once, if I do that red orange, I can run magnet wire right. Or this might be the back. This might be the front. Yeah, I can run magnet wire right up through and then sneak it up. And I guess you can choose either place to put it. So I'd have to see on that too. And just sneak it right in the, you know, drill 2 holes or whatever and sneak it on up and through. But the only problem with that is I'd have to glue this onto it because it's not as good as a hold as I would want with wiring. So I'd have to glue it up in there, which isn't bad. Not a big deal. So yeah, maybe I'll try to build that authentic stand just for because it's so crazy what they came up with. But there we go. There's that part. And then here's one big bag full of everything else. And then we got our, wow, look at this wonderful old school instructions. This is fairly simple kit. Yeah, see, there's what the stand's going to look like. Yeah, and all those in the back. I guess I can make that look like an explosion. I don't know. If not, I'll just use the star part and, you know, or go to Hobby Lobbies and get a wooden base. Won't be using the landing gear. So it's really only like 11 steps. But like I said, there's not much I can really light. These are too small to put anything in. You're hollow up to there, but then to drill through all that or make those, you know, they get, I don't even have the right styrene that gets down to that small. I might, but I think the only things you really could light would be the engines. And then I don't think there's a whole lot to the cockpit. Yeah, it's just like a little bed he sits in. So I could always have a, you know, a light shine just to light the cockpit area. Look at those old decals. We're talking really old. I don't know if they're going to be any good. We might be painting. I don't know where those are supposed to go. I don't think it has a very elaborate... Yeah, that just says, put them here. Yeah. It looks like, I don't know what these things are. I've never seen them on the X-Wing. I could always put the writing somewhere that's supposed to look like writing. And then we got these so-called wing decals and nose decal. We'll have to see how, because we might be painting all that. Because it's missing the yellow pieces and all that too. There's yellow pieces on the nose. And if those red stripes and those, I don't know, we'll see if they do anything. But if not, it's not a big to do to paint that red. Looks like it goes up to here. I'll look at my reference pictures too, but yeah, there's the decals. Join the Star Wars fan club from forever ago. I think that might be expired. Boy, it was a $5 fee even back then. I mean, is that yearly? That's not too bad, I guess. Canadians pay $6. Others are $4. And you can get those cool posters. Interesting. But that's pretty much it, folks. I mean, we can bust in here because I think I'm going to be building this thing now that now that the D7s are almost done. The Klingon one is done. The Romulan one, I'm waiting on the decals. There's little R2. We'll have to paint him up. That's actually not too bad for back then. I mean, it's enough for that scale to get the point. It's really not that bad. I've seen worse on today's stuff. And it's a simple paint scheme. It's mainly white. And then some grays and yellow and stuff. Wow, that's bad though. Like inside these engines, you can see all the press areas where the... And then they didn't put it on this side that gets buried, but you can see them in there. On the engine intakes. That's kind of lame. But yeah, I think all we can do is drill those out and stick. Those are the laser guns. Then what are these? Are these the ones that go in the back of the engines? Yeah. So somehow, if these slide in here, yeah, we'll figure that out. We might be able to light the engines. It's still up in the air if I'm going to do any lighting whatsoever to this kit. There's our bottom half, which isn't too bad. Detail wise, it's not great, but it's not too bad. I don't know what that panel is supposed to symbolize because it doesn't have those bumps on it. And I have to file them off because I'm gonna have to close up some of these anyway. One of these, depending on what stand I got. I think I might go with the. That's actually its center area. It's right about there. We'll feel her out when the weight gets on her. But she's going to be a pretty decent size. It's just weird to see wings and stuff. Oh, here's one thing I wanted to see. Here's the cockpit area. That's not even close. Oh, that's the back. Yeah, none of this looks even close. But, yeah, there's no real, anything to light up unless I drill those holes and just stick fiber optics there so they light up. Other than that, there's nothing there to... Yeah, so it's going to be up in the air if I'm going to light her. Maybe I can stick some fiber optics there and run them somewhere. Where would this sit about? About here somewhere. So I gotta see if I can even get fiber optics in it. I know I do all this looking while I'm doing an unboxing. Sorry, folks. Yeah, I mean, that's really all there is to it. And like I said, we could probably make those fiber optic, and maybe those little tiny ones. I might have some small ones. And then do a couple of those down there. Or I could backlight that. And put window cement in there and then do some colors. That might be the way. That's about all you can do to the cockpit, though. Not a whole lot. Things are just falling off. So I hope numbers and stuff don't matter. Every time I pull out another sprue, something else is falling off it. But yeah. Some wings. There's your landing gear parts. That's your engine that will have in case you want to do the landing gear. All this is so we don't lose any of this. Get it back in here. There's our back area. I think we're just going to keep this thing simple. Maybe just light up the engines and just send an overall ambient light into the cockpit. I don't know. It'd be nice to have, you know, something, but it doesn't really have much detail. Wow. I probably should leave all this stuff in here. But yeah, there's all the other parts, but in the back half, like I said, it's going to be a fairly simple kit. The biggest thing is seeing what I can do with this interior. I mean, that is kind of correct, that detail, but yeah, if I can get those 3, 6 switches to light, you know, and those there, just to make it look like something's going on there. Maybe these 2 there, or 3, and I could always backlight that. See, they're down there, so they're going to have to be, if I light those, they would have to be fiber optic. Maybe I'll just do a backlight back here and then just do those. And leave the switches down there off. 1 LED, 1 little SMD. But yeah, there we have it. It should be still a fun build. You know, sometimes it's nice just to do more of a painting put together, you know, instead of all the work and detail that has to come with, you know, all the lighting, you know. But I'll see if I can get the engines to light, and if I can get a little ambient light and you know, some stuff on the dashboard to light up, I'll be happy with that. I'll be happy with that. So, no photo etches for this, nothing fancy, just pretty much a straight up build. Like I said, besides, if I'll see if it's worth even trying to light this kit up. You know, because if I can't get something going on in the cockpit, it almost makes no sense really doing anything with the engines. But I don't know. It still wouldn't be too bad. If I can get, I have 4 little SMDs I can put in there, and just a simple tie-in. There's no strobing or flashing, and like I said, I can run it down that base and do what I did, but do what I was thinking. But yeah, I got these at a good deal, so it should be fun. Until next time, thanks for watching.